In a Connecticut courtroom on April 1st, 1985, April Fool's Day was no laughing matter. Hi, I'm Susan Langford, public advocate, legal reform educator, international award-winning author, writer, screenwriter. Welcome to another broadcast of Broken Gavel Wednesday. Today is February 11th, 2026, and I have been extremely busy this week taking care of legal matters related to the ongoing fraud and attacks that I have been dealing with since June 5th of 2025. However, tonight I'm going to go over a few of the basic rules that I feel will help many when considering hiring an attorney. The first thing people should be aware of is some attorney misconduct injuries can be avoided or minimized if the client takes a few simple steps before hiring an attorney. Here's a helpful list. Let's go over it. Know the rules. First and foremost, know the model rules of professional conduct. They used to be known as the Canon Code of Ethics, and attorneys are required to follow these in their practice of law. I always refer to these rules as the lawyer's Bible. These rules are not offered to you when you enter a law office, but in my opinion, they should be, or at least a brochure ought to be available providing guidance as to where you can find the model rules of professional conduct in your state. In today's America, gone are the days when what you don't know can't hurt you. In fact, for years, I've advocated for the model rules of professional conduct to be available and a good resource in public libraries, as well as required curriculum for high school seniors before graduating. For now, go to the appropriate website for the state in which you are looking to hire an attorney. I have included the URL addresses for all 50 states and the District of Columbia in my book, Broken Gavel, inside the book. If you have trouble locating them, ask for help from the Bar Association staff. If that fails you, find the closest law library in your area. Some are located inside courthouses, others at local law schools. Familiarize yourself with the model rules of professional conduct, because familiarizing yourself with those rules is one of the best ways to spot potential red flags when dealing with an attorney at any time. The rules are a free resource and should be utilized prior to contacting an attorney in order to protect your rights. Next, research their background. Check bar admission. Verify the attorney's license is active and in good standing with the state bar. Look at their history. Do they have any disciplinary history? Review any public records of complaints, suspensions, or disbarments. There are several good options beyond the state bar's website. For instance, the avvo.com. I list the avvo.com on the Writer's Statement Public Court Cases page of my website at www.brokengavel.org. Again, that's www.brokengavel.org. Check it out. Another resource is justa.com. That's justia.com. So that's a good option as well. And then, of course, I've heard a site known as superlawyers.com might also be an avenue to check out. Next, Check the attorney's experience level. Confirm how many years the attorney has practiced and whether they specialize in the area relevant to your case. Examples include family law, personal injury, criminal defense, legal malpractice, wills and estates, and entertainment law, etc. Next, evaluate their experience. Ask about similar cases they've handled and their success rate. If you're looking for a personal injury attorney, request examples of settlements or verdicts they've achieved. Next, schedule a consultation. Prepare a list of questions before your meeting. Include questions about fees, timeline, communication policies, and strategy. Bring all supporting documents, contracts, correspondence, or court papers. Gauge whether the attorney actually listens carefully and explains clearly. Next, wear your watch. Keep track of the actual time you are in consultation. Be aware, because it is not legal for professionals to charge you for time spent in the waiting room. Again, I'll repeat that. Wear your watch. Keep track of the actual time you are in consultation. Be aware, it is not legal or professional for an attorney to charge you for time spent in the waiting room. That's not a consultation. Next, the contract. The contract should always be reviewed carefully before signing. Make sure you're comfortable with the terms and conditions. If something goes wrong in the relationship and you're unsure of your rights, refer back to the model rules of professional conduct for guidance. If you have questions about the model rules, contact me at langford1susan@gmail.com. I'm not an attorney, but I know a heck of a lot about those rules. In the subject line, say, I have questions about the model rules of professional conduct. Include your full name, your address, and contact phone number in the body of your email. Next, trust your instincts. Yes, trust your instincts. Observe whether their communication style is respectful, responsive, and transparent. Do they show integrity and empathy, not just confidence? Confirm no conflict of interest. Ensure the attorney hasn't represented opposing parties. If your case involves local officials, companies, or other attorneys, verify there's no prior connection that could become biased representation. I'm going to cut this segment short this Wednesday because I have a lot of work to do this week. I'm getting ready to send the office action response to my examining attorney at the USPTO Federal Trademark Office. And folks, we're just getting started. So for now, thank you for tuning in and listening to Broken Gavel Wednesday. This is Susan Langford, signing off.